Tech Talk here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick from the Cusick Group. Securities offered by MoneyBlock, here to marry technical analysis and option analysis, give you some transparency. Basically, what we want to do here in 2017 is not put these subjective price levels in there that you basically have to trust. But we're going to use what's priced into the market to give us some transparency. What do I mean? Well, we're going to look at past price history using the charts. Just gets an idea of what's been going on. Then we're going to look at the options. And the options have components in it like implied volatility that gives a forecast of potential movement that's being priced into these options for the underlyings. And so it's really useful then to give you an idea of where could you see a potential range in a stock now that you understand what the potential and current trend is. So let's talk about some names that are going to have some binary components, some catalysts potentially going into tomorrow's action. What I'm referring to is some stocks that are going to be presenting at the CES 2017 meeting. That's the Consumer Electronics Show. It's basically through January 4th through the 8th. It's one of the largest shows in the world. It's kicking off the tech sector's big kickoff for 2017. And I wanted to bring up some names that are going to be talking, and some of the most liquid names, the four most liquid names that are going to be talking today. And one's going to be interesting because not only is it considered a tech name, but it's also an automotive stock. So let's jump in right now. Want to take a look at the darling of 2016. It's been NVIDIA. Ticker symbol NVDA. Stock was up 250% last year. It's trading at 101.53. It's down about 4.88% today. Now it has been pulling back. Could be some profit taking after what has been a spectacular rise over the last 12 months. Taking a look at the implied volatility and where it's ranked. And for those of you that don't know what implied volatility is, stay tuned at MarketStream. They're going to be putting out a ton of premium content that's going to be behind the premium wall where you're going to learn more about implied volatility. But implied volatility is just a forecast of potential movement in the underlying. And the higher that implied volatility is, the higher the calculation or perspective that potential violent moves could happen. Now that could be either up or down. Currently, the implied volatility rank is at 99%. So on a scale of 1 being very low and 100 being very high, this is at the highest level it's been in 52 weeks. So NVIDIA right now is pricing in the options over the next 3 days that this underlying could still move in a range of either up $5.30 or down $5.30. That basically is giving you a range on the stock between now and Friday. That it could be at 106 and some change, or it could be as low as 94 and some change. You have a 17-day range being priced in of around $9.30. So you got 110 and basically 91 as your range right now in NVIDIA. Now, levels that you're going to want to keep an eye on. If you're in NVIDIA, you're going to watch 159. That's the 20-day moving average. That's a critical level to hold if the trend is going to continue in the short term. Watch 88.47. That's the 50-day moving average on NVIDIA. That's going to be a level that if it's broken there, not only is the trend in jeopardy, but you're also going to see that maybe institutional support of the stock, in other words, more profit taking could come into play. And then 60.23 is that long-term 200-day moving average. That's your base. That's where if the trend of the overall stock is going to shift, in other words, you could see a larger jumping of ship of anybody that's been getting in the stock over the last 12 months, that would be a level to keep an eye on. Another notable name that's going to be presenting at the CES Consumer Electronics Show tomorrow is going to be Facebook. Ticker symbol FB. Stock's trading at 116.71. It's up about 1.44%. Now, again, this is one of the darlings, one of the large cap tech stocks that you always want to keep an eye on. The implied volatility rank is coming right in the middle, right around 45%. So there's a heightened sense of potential movement, but not really super violent, but it's more than if it was in the 20 to 30% range or lower. Now, the options going into the end of this week are pricing in that Facebook could have a range of around $1.93, either up or down. That's a $116 stock, $1.93 we can round up. Basically looking at it, saying it's going to be somewhere between 119 and basically about 114 and some change. The 17-day range is right around $4.63. So you could see this stock as high as 121 or as low as 112. The critical areas, levels that you're going to want to watch if the upside trend is going to get some legs for Facebook. It's going to be 118.26. That would mean that there's a trend shift to the upside, that the bulls have taken handle. 121.12, that's where you could get some larger volume numbers coming in because institutions might be nibbling at that point in time. And 120.39, that means that all the people that have been buying stock over the last 12 months are basically getting into an area where they're starting to either see break even or some potential profits. The next stock I want to take a look at is a telecom stock, and telecom has been on a tear over the last 6 months. Verizon Communications, ticker symbol VZ, is trading at 54.44, up 1.99% today. Now, the implied volatility rank, it's high, folks. That means that there's a heightened expectation of potential violent moves either up or down. How much? Well, over the next 3 days, they're pricing in a range of $1.95. That means the stock could be trading as high as 56 or as low as right around 52, 51 and some change. It has a 17-day range of $4.65, so you could see it as high as 59 or as low as 50. You're seeing critical levels that you're going to want to watch. This has been a stock that has been in a bullish trend for the last basically 3 to 4 months. 52.38 is where, if the short-term trend, it breaks there, could be in jeopardy as far as the bulls are concerned. 49.93, that's where institutions could get nervous. They may want to bite when it breaks through 59.38, but they want it to hold 49.93. A break of 51.91 right now on this $54 stock, that could put the long-term trend in jeopardy. That means that there could be a bigger cut the cord kind of mentality, especially if, in fact, the market starts to get a little uncertain. Now, not only is this stock going to be presenting at the Consumer Electronics Show, but they're also going to be releasing their auto sales data, and they have earnings on the 27th of January. That's Ford Motor Company, ticker symbol F. Stock is trading at $12.51 and it has had a pretty decent run to the upside. It's up 3.13% today. Now, the implied volatility rank, it is above that mid-level. It's at 57%. So there's a heightened sense of potential violent moves. Once you get it over 50, folks, that's where you know that there is the potential for some violent moves, and we need to be aware of that. Now, what are the the ranges that we're looking at for the next 3 days? About 35 cents on this $12 stock. That means that basically you're looking at it somewhere between $12.80, $12.90, or as low as $12.20. You see a 17-day range of around 63 cents. So you're basically looking at a little over 13 or a little bit below 12 as far as the range for the next 17 days that's being priced in. The critical levels that you're going to want to watch, where it's trading at right now, $12.51. There's been a trend shift here. The bulls have taken really hold here, and the trend right now is up. We want to see it stay above this $12.51 level if the short-term trend, that's the 20-day moving average, is going to have some legs. $12.09, that is going to be a critical institutional level. That's the 50-day moving average. It holds there. You could see that even a dip between down below $12.50, that could be an opportunity where on weakness might be some institutional buying or larger investors buying the stock. $12.71, that's where the overall long-term trend of the stock would shift in the case of the bulls. That's also a level that you're going to want to watch very closely, just in case those that have bought at higher levels over the course of the last 12 to 18 months, they might take an opportunity to buy at those break-even levels or where they're seeing a potential profit. So now we've married some charts, taking a look at what's happened in the past. We've looked at the options, get an idea of what's being priced in over a 3-day and a 17-day period. Now you have those ranges and that transparency of where the current trend is. Boy, I think you can make some pretty cool strategy decisions from that. All right, with that being said, we're going to be back on at 4:30 Eastern time for the closing bell. Join us here at MarketStream.live. Take care and have a great rest of the trading day.